Hey guys, Shawn of webpianoteacher.com here. 1980s, George Michael, saxophone. Remember those days? This is a great song. This is Careless Whisper, and it's got that saxophone at the beginning. I'm going to play it on the piano, let you guys hear what we're learning today. Here we go. Remember the chorus? And I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. No, I'm never gonna dance again the way I dance with you. All right, that's pretty high. Wasn't ready for that this morning. Okay, so we're gonna learn the saxophone part. We're gonna learn the chords to play along so you can sing with it. We're also gonna learn the melody in the right hand. The last part, I'll teach you how to put that melody in the right hand if you want to play it as a piano solo part. Guys, if you're a member of webpianoteacher.com, you can download the sheet either using your sheet credit or you can buy it outright as a download. So, download the sheet and you'll be getting the same thing I have right here on the board. These digital sheets that I write out, you get the same thing. I love them because if you're can hook your iPad or iPhone up to a device, you can zoom in and get big if your eyes are bad, if you want to isolate something, and then you can zoom back out and see the whole page. So it gives you a lot of freedom when you're learning. So let's get started. So we are doing the saxophone part at the beginning. I'm going to show you a left hand that you can do to make it simple, and then something else that you can do to make it a little more complex if you're a more advanced player. But I want to make sure I take care of you guys who are beginners and need something a little more simplified that still sounds good, okay? So let's get started. We are in D minor, and we'll start with a D on the left hand. Now, I'll always just put a D, a single letter on the left hand, but you can do an octave here, and I recommend doing that. So here's middle C. Here we are on a D on the thumb, D on the fifth finger, and I'll also put sometimes an A in the middle, like that, okay? So this is the simplest way. We can go... And that'll work for you, just playing the octave and a fifth. Okay, D, D. When we get over to this measure, you'll be doing a G and an octave and a fifth, a G octave, and then a D in the middle. Then one more time there, okay? So practice that move from D, A, D to G, D, G. And that'll take care of the left hand as far as doing it the simple way, okay? Now, the right hand, a little more complex. The saxophone starts with an F there. And then it goes, kind of rolls the keys on the saxophone to get up to the E there. But we're just going to kind of simulate that, we'll do F, A, E, and we'll just roll it on the piano. And that'll kind of give us the sound of that saxophone when it rolls the keys up to get to that high note. Okay, so it's F first, and then we're going to do F, E, A, and I'll roll that upwards as the little arrow says. D, A, F. So, bum, 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 bum. All right, let's do that from the beginning. Then we have it one more time there. So, bum, 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 bum. And if you're not used to my notation, whenever a note's kind of held out, I'll put a dash. And whenever it kind of moves along, I'll put a little curved line. Okay, that kind of helps you, a little visual with the rhythm, all right? You play it one more time. Let's do it again. Ready and go. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm immediately back in with that D. And then D, A, F. So that kind of finishes that chord there. So let's add that D, A, F on the end. And it's 4, 2, 1 is how I'm going to finger that. Okay? 4, 2, 1. Very beginning. Ready and go. Bum. All right. In a minute, I'll show you how to make the left hand a little more complex. And guys, if you find that this is too complicated for you, or you're struggling and you're having some trouble, it's not your fault. You're just not ready for this yet. So if you need some lessons that are more beginner to get you to this level, that's what you need to do. And I have those on my website on webpianoteacher.com. They're called the all-new Easy Piano Lesson Series. I had some I did like 13 years ago. These are brand new, 2019, and they're a set of 50 lessons, extensive. And there's also a PDF for all 50 lessons that you can get on the website too. But it'll kind of help you fill in those gaps if you have some where you're kind of missing some things in your piano playing. And it'll get you, a graduated, a little bit at a time lesson series that'll help you get to where you need to be to play this kind of thing, okay? So don't sit there struggling if you're having some trouble. Find something easier until you're ready. All right, so the first two measures, bum, 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 bum. Now, we're going to go to G minor there. Got a G. So we already talked about left hand doing G, D, G. The right hand is going to do D, F, C, and I'm going to roll that up as well. D, F, C, B flat, F, D. And I kind of get all my fingers in place before I start. That makes it a lot easier than I don't have to hunt around for all of them. I'm ready to go. B flat, F. Okay, so put the left hand with it. Let's go from the very beginning and tie that all together, okay? Ready and go. Right, a lot of piano playing is just being in the right place at the right time. Getting in one place, getting there, and then getting to the next place. Right, you get from here to here. In fact, that's a good way to practice, is getting that left hand from one position to the next, okay? Because once you're there, you can play it, but getting there is the trick. All right, now, if you're going to add a little bit to the left hand, and adding a little bit to the left hand can really make the thing sound a lot better really quickly. Instead of doing the octave and a fifth, we're going to do something a little different. So take a look here. You have D, A, D, right? There. Well, we can do this, D, A, F. Okay? Now, you don't have to reach that. I can reach it because I have a big hand, but if you don't, you can still do this. So I can do, see that? I just kind of play around on the D, A, F. The only rule is I have to be on time on the next measure. Doesn't matter how I play the D, A, F, as long as I'm on time getting there to the second measure. So, just kind of fills it out a little bit. A lot of times I'll play my left hand note in the gap. If there's a gap here, I'll put my left hand note in there. If there's a gap here, I'll put a left hand note in there. See that? You can mess around with that a little bit. Now on the left hand, on the G chord, it's going to be G, D, B flat. And I'll use 5, 2, 1 again. Now remember, the left hand thumb has to come up a little bit. Since the thumb is shorter than the other fingers, you have to slide up in here a little bit. So that 2 finger has to slide up. So don't be afraid of doing that. So there's more after that. But let's try all of that now. Here we go. Ready and go. There we go. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that part 1 lesson. We do the whole thing on webpianoteacher.com along with thousands and thousands of other lessons just like this one. You can play all your favorite songs. I have so many on there, I don't think you could ever get through them all in a lifetime. But check it out. Talk to you later.